Doctors at an Arizona hospital wept as they admitted they'd never seen anything like it since they never anticipated to witness the birth of a child with such macroscopic indications. What happened next will no doubt astound you. We'll find out her entire story at the end of the video, but first, like and share it with others. And make sure you're subscribed and have the notifications bell turned on. It's incredible how a woman's body can change over 9 months to prepare for the birth of a child. Due to the size of her tummy, many assumed she was having triplets. When one of the doctors examined her, she had to summon other colleagues to confirm what she was seeing on the ultrasound. Medical checkups had been out of the question for Gabriella Smith because her husband refused to take her to a medical facility because it was frowned upon in her religion to use modern improvements. She and her spouse grew raised in a Mennonite village where no one was allowed to utilize technologies such as ultrasounds. Everything was done the old-fashioned way, but Gabriella could sense that something was wrong with the baby she was carrying in her womb. So she decided to seek assistance from her husband, who accused her of contradicting God. Therefore, she also told her mother, through tears, about her pregnancy fears. Far from comprehending her daughter, the woman also advised her to relax and that everything would be okay if she followed God's will. The mom had already lost many children owing to a lack of sufficient medical care, but after 10 months of trying to conceive, she resolved not to lose another time. The agony she felt when she had to say goodbye to her other children was excruciating. So she tried to flee the Mennonite village in search of aid, disobeying both her husband and her family in order to save her baby. The amount of misinformation that can be found in these Amish communities is enormous. When the doctor was finally able to see the little boy on the ultrasound screen, she couldn't keep a surprised expression on her face, which frightened the mom. For the first time, she sees a baby that is just a few months old and is twice the normal size. The baby was huge, and she had no idea how the mother had gotten to this point in her pregnancy without seeing a single doctor. Not only was the baby's health jeopardized, but so was the mother's. That was awful news for Gabriella because she had no idea her lack of knowledge about her pregnancy would cause so many complications. The mother couldn't help but blame herself for not seeking treatment sooner because her love and respect for her husband had taken precedence over her baby's health. The baby wasn't ready to be born yet, but if they kept him in for much longer, they wouldn't be able to save the mother. That was communicated to Gabriella, who, upon hearing such a diagnosis, responded without hesitation. So she will do all possible to bring her baby into the world, even if it costs her her life. Love was strong for the mother, and she was willing to risk her own life for the sake of her kid. In all that time, no one had come to see her. The physicians felt terrible for her and her condition. However, they were astonished when a woman dressed differently from the others came. She was Gabriella's mother. Gabriella burst into tears because she had never expected her mother to go looking for her, especially since the community to which they belonged expelled people who left for the outside world. However, nothing was more important to that mother than spending time with her daughter and future grandson. The physicians did everything they could to ensure that everything went properly, but when it came time to remove the baby, the mother experienced several difficulties and lost her life. Everyone was taken aback by the baby's size, which was so large that it was nearly impossible for his mother to survive till childbirth. So that awful fate was practically said, and there was a tremendous scream at the location, and her mother appeared to have gone insane. Everyone was surprised by her reaction, and it was at that point that the woman understood how mistaken she had been her entire life. All of this may have been avoided if the physicians had treated her daughter and grandchild sooner. That was astonishing for everyone present, especially the doctor in charge of the case, who had to calm the woman down and hand over the little giant who had miraculously lived since his mother had offered her own life for him. Aurora was Gabrielle's grandma, whom she named after her daughter. The woman walked away from all of her views about her life and the community where she'd lived her entire life because she realized they were wrong about many things. As a result, she made the decision to raise her grandchild separate from all of them. Mothers are endowed with a love that is unlike any other on the planet, and mother's love is primordial. When faced with significant dangers, she will stop at nothing and spare no one who threatens her children's life. The love of a mother is sobering. Rose-colored glasses gave way to anxiety, concerns, and questions about the safety of her children.